We return to find that my father is finally doing something about the Coven threat. But it's not enough. Extra patrols and rounding up the Herald is all well and good. But what we really need is a defense against the harrowstorms. Unfortunately, we've only recovered a few of the medallions. And Magister Fidelia hasn't determined what enchantment the medallions use to provide their protection. We need another solution. Right, Lyris mentioned that. Coincidentally, a courier delivered a message for you from Dusktown. I never heard of the place, but she said it was sent by someone named Fennorian. Is that your scholar? Read the message and let's see if he'll help us. Take the message from the table, then see if you can convince Fennorian to join us. Maybe with his help we can devise a defense against the storms. I'll stay here and continue to annoy my father until he gives this threat the attention it deserves. You forget that I have help now. My father might be able to ignore me, but he'll have a harder time dismissing a Jarl and the court mage. It's funny. I would have thought he'd be happy to see me finally take an interest in politics. I don't care about his approval, but I'd like to earn his respect. With Mother gone, we're both going to have to work harder to keep our kingdom running. It will be easier if we find a way to get along.
I still need to finish studying the Ice Reach Coven medallion. If I can ascertain the enchantments used to protect its wearer from the harrowstorms, that would give us something to go on.
Dusktown. I wonder what Fenn's found that led him back down there. Does his message give any indication of where we can find him? The settlement isn't big, but it's not exactly small either. Well, that's a start. You know, I never imagined I'd be working alongside a vampire, let alone one I respect. With all the leeches we've already had to kill, it's nice to see another side. Fenn's different. You go on ahead. I need to get my axe sharpened before I go back down into Blackrage. I'll catch up with you in Dusktown.
I hope this scholar friend of yours has learned something that can help us. Go find him and bring him back here. My father's attempt to show that the High King isn't shirking his responsibilities. He's locked in his damn tower again. But his steward explained that the priests and healers have been commanded to do what they can for the poor souls. Well, not literally. His Tower of the Wolf has been under construction for as long as I can remember. He won't let anyone inside except the builders until it's completely finished. Claims it would be bad luck to show it off early. Some would say no. That the Tower of the Wolf is nothing more than a vanity project for the High King. My father says it's necessary for our ultimate security. A last line of defense against the Skald King's forces. Me? I think it's an eyesore. Carthal's problems go deeper than the loss of their Jarl. The main settlement was destroyed. I'm not sure the Hold can recover from that. What happens next depends on the High King and the next moot. That's where such decisions are made. What's to tell? He's my friend. For all his faults, he's always dealt straight with me. He is, in his own way, honest. He doesn't care that I'm royalty. In fact, I think he'd prefer it if I weren't. I needed someone like that for a while. I was a young fool. After the 1000th argument with my father, I ran away. There was a lot of drinking involved in the decision, as I recall. Mog found me outside the city, led me back to the Lonely Troll, and we've been friends ever since.
What?
More traps. Did those two? Watch your back.
What an exciting case!
Those new arrivals, they didn't stop in Dusktown. Went straight for those dwarven ruins.
I thought we were trying to keep this place a secret, and they sure didn't look like mine. Well?
Hey, partner. Glad I found you. Now let's get Fen and return to the Blue Palace. Fen, you in here? Let's look around. Fen never struck me as a messy person. Could there have been a struggle here? Burnt papers. Someone was trying to hide something. Burnt journal pages, Ben's flask, and a strange old key. All found among clear signs of a struggle. But other than what's in the flask, we didn't see any blood. That means Fen was probably taken alive. The key looks dwarven to me, and the notes mention a dwarven tower. They could be connected. The notes also indicate that Fen was going to meet with someone named Edyar east of the Dusktown Bridge. You start there and I'll check with the locals. We have no idea who Edyar is, or who took Fen for that matter. It could be this Ashen Lord we heard mentioned, or maybe the Icereach Coven. The question is, why take Fen at all? Why not just kill him? Does he have information they need? More than likely. If they want to get information out of him, death might be preferable to whatever tortures they have planned. Let's get to it. You find this Edyar, and I'll see if the locals saw what happened here.
Sod off. This is my patch of ground. You don't listen too well, do you? All right. Talk fast and tell me why I shouldn't rip out your throat. The silk shirt kept notes? Of course he did. And where is Fennorian? He's late, and he still hasn't compensated me for the information I gave him. I need that key! Missing? Probably taken by the same bastard that has my packmates, Exarch Zingalis. Fennorian said he could provide a key to unlock their chains, if I told him about the experiments performed on us. If you can get that key, I'll tell you more. Hircine's fetid breath, that's it! Look, I managed to escape from Singalis's tower, but my packmates are still chained up in the Lightless Hollow. Use that key to set them free. Then, I'll tell you how to find Fennorian. The Lightless Hollow lies to the east, and Hircine's claws. Who is that tall woman?
Stand down. I'm a friend.
My packmates are in a work camp on the Lightless Hollow's west side. That's the big cavern to the east. You need that key to unlock the special chains that bind them. I'll meet you south of the work camp after you set them free. Fennorian really wanted to figure out what Singalis was doing to my pack. He studied my wounds, took some fluids, and went back to get that key. He never told me where he found it. Just that he'd set my pack free if I told him everything I know. He's probably in Singalis's experimentation chamber. I clawed my way out of there. It nearly killed me. I can tell you how to get inside, but you have to free my packmates first. Do that for me, and I'll help you find Fennorian. What else would you call them? My family? We're bound by a curse that makes us closer than any blood relatives. You find the pack and you stick together, or you die. Simple as that. I'm not leaving them in the hands of that insane Exarch. We're werewolves, all right? Do I have to spell it out for you? Look, Singalis captured us. Keeps us prisoner with chains of dwarven design. Only that key can set my pack free. I was lucky, but that kind of luck doesn't happen a second time. Singalis's helper made a mistake. Forgot to lock the chains when I was brought back after one of my treatments. I can still feel the fire from when the needle pierced my skin. My blood flowing into his vials and beakers. It wasn't pleasant. Exarch Singalis. He's a vampire. Part of a group called the Grey Host. They're military, but he's some sort of insane genius. An alchemist, a scholar, and he tinkers with machines. My pack wouldn't fight for them, so they found other uses for us. Digging, tunneling, actually, up toward the surface. Then, every so often, Singalis would send for one of us. The mad vampire likes needles. He would either take our blood, or inject something into us. Never said why, but he enjoyed his work.
None of the locals really wanted to talk. One or two admitted to seeing Fen, but no one witnessed any kind of disturbance at his lodgings. At least, no one saw anything they were willing to tell me about. Is this Edyar? Does he know anything? Why is everything so complicated in this part of Skyrim? Alright, so tell me, what did Fen agree to do for our half-naked friend over there? Packmates? Edyar is a werewolf? Pfft, this just keeps getting better and better. So I take it you know how you want to deal with this particular situation?
Traps. Did those... Watch your back. working us like dogs. Finally. Thank you, stranger.
I'm working as fast as I can, you blood-sucking bastards! Mercy's claws. I thought I'd be digging forever. Thanks.
You don't smell like the Grey Host. Run before they catch you too. You set me free? I owe you one.
We should not linger, Edyar. The Grey Host could find us at any moment.
Head to the surface. I need to fulfill my end of our bargain. You actually did it. You freed my pack. Now it's my turn. If Exarch Zingalis took Fennorian, and I'm pretty sure he did, you'll find them both in the ruined Dwarven Tower. It's difficult to get inside if you're not a vampire, but I know a way. Like I said, Zingalis' helper made a mistake. Forgot to fasten my chains after one of my tortures. I slipped away, crawled along some pipes, and fell into a chamber with one of those dwarven lifts. There was also a door, the one behind me. It'll get you close. There's a big door that leads into Zingalis' lair, but it's sealed. You need to figure out the dwarven mechanism to open it. Then make your way to the experimentation chamber. That's probably where he's keeping Fennorian. The door's over here. Hurry, before they spot us.
Definitely dwarven. Watch out for traps. That must be the door Edyar mentioned. Sealed tight. No lock. Not even a handle. I don't suppose the werewolf told you how to open it, did he? Something turned on. Keep going. The gear started moving. You must be doing something right. That sounded promising. Let's try the door. This chamber's been used recently. Let's look around. Looks like Edyar was telling the truth. They were experimenting on the werewolves. That's an ugly plant. Must be the netherroot mentioned in the note. That was Fen! We need to keep moving.
It fights against its nature, Rada al-Saran. A weaker breed.
No, Senores. Just the deceived son of an estranged brother, forced to deny his nature.
Smell! It's overpowering! We need to shut down those machines! That's poison! Why are they spraying it on those plants? More of that netherroot. Turn off those sprayers or we'll never get across this chamber. Something. That didn't help. I think you figured it out. sprayer changed. Keep going. Seem to be on the right track. You did it! Now we can cross... Sure as bones, that stone husk is moving.
Why are you doing this to me?
shame he could not be recruited to our noble cause.
The machine will finish him momentarily, my lord.
Finish your work here, Singalis, then join me in the keep. You must bear witness when we make our move.
Of course, Rada al-Saran. I am eager to see the power of our ultimate harrowstorm. New test subjects. Just in time. This one is about spent. A shame to waste such vigorous blood. I cannot wait to cut open your skull. There's an art to pacifying uncooperative specimens.
It's too late for me.
Fenn's delirious. See if you can free him.
Go, warn Solitude. You should have left me. Go warn Solitude. Aksak Singalis and Rada al-Saran talked freely while they tortured me. They're planning some sort of assault on Solitude. A massive harrowstorm. I need blood. But I won't drink from an unwilling person. In this state, even with a willing participant, I don't trust my restraint. If I only had my flask. My flask. Thank you, my friend. Rada al-Saran is the one they call the Ashen Lord, leader of the Grey Host. He and Singalis often went into the nearby sanctum to talk. I heard a few words. Map. Plan. But I couldn't make out the rest. Yes. Yes. Once I take a long drink from my flask, I'll join you.
Take your time. You've been through a lot.
They did whatever they wanted. I couldn't stop them. Exox Singalis was insane. But he was also a genius. If he kept records, they'll be in here.
I see a map and some papers. Hey, partner, take a look. So, partner, what did you find? We set out to find Fenn and bring him back to Solitude. Along the way, we learned more about our true enemy, killed one of their leaders, and acquired some valuable intelligence. That's a victory in my book. Not that I can think of. I'll make sure that Fen makes it to the Blue Palace. We'll meet you there. And don't forget that map and communique. Come on, Fen. Princess Svana herself requested your presence at the Blue Palace.
I don't believe I'm very good company right now.
Come on, Fen. We'll help you through this.
It's true. The Reach attacked Morthal. The Jarl's soldiers put a stop to it, as I understand it.
That's nothing. I heard something happened in Carthhold. Carthwatch was destroyed.
What do you want?
You are welcome here, Fennorian of House Ravenwatch.
I don't know what to say.
You're back! Lyris was just making introductions and was about to give her report. Why don't you tell me what happened? By all the Mead and Sovngarde, it's good to see you and the others. Your vampire scholar seems out of sorts, but I'm glad to make his acquaintance. Lyris tells me you ran into a bit of trouble. Care to explain? And I can't wait to hear all the details. In the meantime, let's take a look at what you found and try to devise a plan. Lyris didn't say much, but she indicated that time is short. Here, take this. You deserve a lot more, but it's all I can spare. The information you brought back from Blackreach might give us a fighting chance. Let's put our heads together and figure out how to use what you learned. My father be damned! The Grey Host? Where have I heard that name? Meanwhile, my father rounded up the Herald and moved his soldiers to the outer walls. Then he ordered the quartermaster to stockpile Castle Dower. He's preparing Solitude to withstand a long siege.